There is one vegetable sitting in your refrigerator right now that kidney specialists are warning could be silently damaging your kidneys. It is considered one of the healthiest foods on the planet, but when consumed the wrong way, it can deposit sharp crystals inside. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes will completely change how you think about eating this food. If you are over 55 and eating this vegetable regularly, the next 10 minutes will show you the hidden risks and the safe way. Everything here is backed by published studies from international medical institutions, so write in the comments where in the world you are watching from. You know that dull ache in your lower back that comes and goes without explanation, or the fatigue that settles in for no clear reason at all. Research shows that more than 1 in 3 adults over 50 have some degree of kidney function decline without even knowing it yet. Your kidneys work like the filter in your coffee maker, removing waste from your blood, but as we age, that filter slows down naturally. If the filter is already working slower, and you add a substance that clogs it further, the damage can happen faster than you think. Have you ever wondered why some people develop kidney stones while others never do, or what common mistake older adults make every single day? And why are doctors now warning that one of the most popular health trends could be the very thing harming your kidneys without warning? To understand this risk, you need to know about a natural compound found in many plants called oxalate, which is completely harmless in small amounts. Oxalates are like tiny grains of sand that pass through your system, but when you eat too much at once, they bind with calcium in your body. These calcium oxalate crystals are sharp, and when they accumulate in your kidneys, they can form stones or even block the tiny filtering tubes. Your kidneys are supposed to flush these crystals out, but after 55, your kidney filtration naturally slows down by about 10% each decade. That means the same amount of oxalate that caused no problem at 35 can overwhelm your system at 65, especially with certain medications. Most people believe the solution is simply eating more greens, but science has shown that how you eat them matters even more than the amount. Now we are going to go through the 7 hidden dangers of this common vegetable that almost everyone over 55 has in their kitchen. Pay close attention, because the last one is the most important of all, and it will give you the exact protocol to stay safe starting today. Danger number 1, the oxalate problem in plain language, and this is the foundation you need to understand everything else that follows here. The vegetable we are talking about is spinach, which contains approximately 755 milligrams of oxalates per cooked cup of greens. That is the highest oxalate content of any common vegetable you will find at the grocery store, far more than kale, broccoli, or lettuce combined. Oxalates themselves are not poison, they are natural plant compounds, but your kidneys can only process a certain amount safely each day without trouble. When you eat spinach in normal portions, like half a cup cooked as a side dish, your body handles it fine and flushes the excess out. The danger comes when people consume spinach in concentrated forms, like daily green smoothies, juice cleanses, or large bowls of raw spinach salad every single day. In those forms, you are getting 2 to 3 times the oxalate load in one sitting, and your kidneys have to work overtime to clear it. Studies published in nephrology journals document cases of people developing acute kidney injury after just weeks of daily spinach and kale smoothies for health. The crystals form inside the tiny filtering tubes of your kidneys, blocking the flow of waste and causing inflammation that you may not feel right away. By the time symptoms appear, like back pain or reduced urination, the damage has already been building silently for weeks or even months in some cases. One documented case involved a 54-year-old woman who needed dialysis after 3 months of daily green juice cleanses she thought were detoxifying her body. So the takeaway here is simple. Spinach is not dangerous, but the way modern health trends tell you to consume it absolutely can be very dangerous. Keep this in mind as we move forward, because each of the next dangers builds directly on this foundational understanding of how oxalates work inside you. But if you think that is concerning, wait until you hear how your age changes everything about the way your body processes this compound every single day. Danger number 2, why age 55 and older changes the math completely, and this is the part most health advice for younger people never mentions. Starting around age 40, your kidney filtration rate begins to decline naturally, losing roughly 1% of function per year as part of normal aging processes. By the time you reach 65, your kidneys are filtering waste about 25% slower than they did when you were 30 years old. That slower filtration means oxalates stay in your bloodstream longer, giving them more time to bind with calcium and form crystals that settle in kidney tissue. On top of that, research shows that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 55 has stage 1 or stage 2 chronic kidney disease without any symptoms. You can have reduced kidney function for years and never know it, because early-stage kidney disease does not hurt and does not show obvious warning signs. This silent decline makes older adults far more vulnerable to oxalate overload from foods like spinach, especially when eaten raw or juiced in large concentrated amounts daily. A Harvard study tracking thousands of older adults found that those eating high oxalate diets had roughly 30% higher rates of calcium oxalate kidney stones over time. Calcium oxalate stones are the most common type, accounting for about 80% of all kidney stones, according to national kidney disease research institutions worldwide. What makes this even more dangerous is that many older adults are on medications that further reduce kidney function, like certain blood pressure drugs and antibiotics, so the same spinach smoothie that a 30-year-old processes without issue can overwhelm the kidneys of someone 65 or older in just weeks. This is not about fear. This is about understanding that your body at 55 is fundamentally different from your body at 30, and your diet must adjust. The good news is that once you know this, you can make simple changes that let you keep eating spinach safely without putting your kidneys at risk. But before we get to the solution, you need to know about the hidden multipliers that make this problem even worse, and that is coming up next. Danger number 3, the hidden multipliers that amplify spinach's kidney risk, and these are the factors most people never connect to their diet at all. First, dehydration is a major multiplier, because when you are not drinking enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated and oxalates crystallize much more easily inside. Many older adults do not feel thirst as strongly as younger people, so they drink less throughout the day without realizing they are chronically underhydrated. Second, high-dose vitamin C supplements, which many people take for immune support, actually metabolize into oxalate inside your body and add to the total load. If you are taking 1,000 milligrams or more of vitamin C daily and eating spinach regularly, you are doubling your oxalate exposure without knowing it. Third, prolonged antibiotic use can disrupt gut bacteria that normally break down oxalates before they are absorbed, allowing more to enter your bloodstream and reach your kidneys. Fourth, a history of gastric bypass surgery changes how your intestines absorb nutrients, and it dramatically increases oxalate absorption from foods like spinach and other greens. Fifth, low calcium intake actually makes the problem worse, because calcium binds to oxalates in your gut and prevents them from being absorbed into your blood. If you avoid dairy or calcium-rich foods, the oxalates from spinach have nothing to bind to, so they pass into your bloodstream freely and head straight. Medical case reports published in peer-reviewed nephrology journals document dozens of cases where these multipliers, combined with high spinach intake, caused acute kidney injury. One case involved a 65-year-old man on antibiotics for a sinus infection who developed kidney failure after 2 months of daily spinach smoothies. Another case was a 68-year-old woman taking mega-dose vitamin C who ended up in the hospital with kidney stones after a month of juice. These are not rare exceptions. They are documented patterns that kidney specialists see repeatedly, especially in the older population seeking to improve their health through diet. So if any of these multipliers apply to you, the risk is significantly higher, and you need to be even more careful with how you consume spinach. Danger number 4, the kidney stone connection, and this is where the long-term consequences of repeated oxalate spikes become impossible to ignore for your health. Calcium oxalate kidney stones are the most common type of stone, and they form when oxalate levels in the urine stay elevated over weeks and months. Large cohort studies from Harvard following thousands of adults over decades found that high dietary oxalate intake raised kidney stone risk by about 30% in older people. The stones form slowly, starting as tiny crystals that clump together over time, and by the time you feel pain, the stone is already large enough to block. Passing a kidney stone is described by many as one of the most painful experiences of their life, often compared to childbirth in intensity and duration. But beyond the pain, kidney stones can cause permanent damage to the kidney tissue, leading to scarring and further decline in filtration function over the years ahead. For older adults who already have reduced kidney function, even one kidney stone episode can accelerate the progression toward chronic kidney disease stages 3 and 4. The risk is highest in people who consume spinach daily in raw or juiced form, because the oxalate load is consistently high, with no break for the kidneys. Cooking spinach actually reduces the oxalate content significantly, because oxalates are water-soluble and leach out into the cooking water when you boil or steam it. But raw spinach salads and smoothies give you the full oxalate dose with no reduction, and that is exactly what increases your stone risk over time dramatically. National kidney health organizations recommend limiting high oxalate foods to no more than 50 milligrams per day for people at risk of stones or kidney disease. 1 cup of raw spinach can contain up to 200 milligrams, so even a small daily salad can push you over the safe limit very quickly. If you have ever had a kidney stone before, your risk of developing another one within 5 years is about 50% unless you change your diet. And that brings us to the next danger, which is about the myths that are keeping people stuck in harmful eating patterns without realizing the truth. Danger number 5, the myths that are making this problem worse, and now pay very close attention because everything you have heard about spinach may be wrong. Myth number 1. Raw spinach is healthier than cooked spinach. And this belief is everywhere in modern health advice, but science shows it is actually backwards for kidneys. A large scientific review showed that boiling spinach for just 2 minutes removes up to 50% of the water-soluble oxalates, making it far safer for your body. When you eat spinach raw, you get the full oxalate load with no reduction, and that is exactly what overloads your kidneys and raises your stone risk. Many people over 55 believe raw vegetables are always better because they preserve more vitamins, but for oxalate-rich foods, cooking is actually the protective choice. Myth number 2. Green smoothies detox the kidneys. And this is one of the most dangerous beliefs because it does the exact opposite of what people think. Major medical research shows that concentrated green juicing is the single most documented dietary trigger of acute oxalate nephropathy in published case reports from hospitals worldwide. When you blend large amounts of spinach, kale, and other greens into a smoothie, you are consuming 3 to 4 times the oxalate you would eat in a normal meal. Your kidneys cannot process that sudden flood of oxalates, so the crystals deposit in the kidney tubules and cause inflammation and blockage that can lead to injury. The truth is that your kidneys detox themselves naturally when you drink enough water and eat a balanced diet. They do not need juice cleanses to function properly. In fact, juice cleanses often do more harm than good for kidney health, especially in older adults whose filtration capacity is already declining with normal age. One documented case involved a 58-year-old woman who developed kidney failure requiring dialysis after just 6 weeks of daily spinach and kale juice cleanses. She believed she was detoxifying her body and improving her health, but instead, she was overloading her kidneys with oxalates faster than they could clear them out. So if you have been following these myths, it is time to let them go because the next danger will show you the early warning signs you need to watch. Danger number 6. The early warning signs older adults dismiss, and these are the symptoms that appear long before kidney damage becomes severe or irreversible for you. First, reduced urine output. If you notice you are urinating less often or in smaller amounts than usual, that is a sign your kidneys may be struggling to filter. Second, persistent flank or lower back pain that does not go away with rest or stretching, especially on one side, which can indicate kidney inflammation or stones. Third, nausea without any clear explanation, no stomach bug, no food poisoning, just a lingering feeling of queasiness that comes and goes throughout the day unexpectedly. Fourth, foamy or bubbly urine, which can indicate protein leaking into your urine, a sign that your kidney filters are damaged and not working as they should. Fifth, sudden fatigue that is not explained by lack of sleep or activity, because when your kidneys are not filtering waste properly, toxins build up and make you tired. These symptoms are documented in published case series of acute kidney injury caused by dietary oxalate overload, especially in older adults eating high oxalate diets daily. The problem is that most people dismiss these signs as normal aging, dehydration, or stress, and they do not connect them to their diet at all until much later. By the time the symptoms become severe enough to seek medical attention, the kidney damage has often been building silently for weeks or even months already. One study found that nearly 40% of older adults with early-stage kidney disease had no symptoms at all until their function dropped below 50% of normal. That is why it is so important to recognize these early warning signs and take action immediately, rather than waiting for the problem to become obvious and harder to reverse. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms and you eat spinach regularly, especially raw or in smoothies, it is time to make changes and see your doctor. Request a basic kidney function test, which includes creatinine and estimated glomerular filtration rate, 2 simple blood tests that show how well your kidneys are filtering waste. And now, for the most important part of this entire video, the protocol that kidney specialists actually recommend to keep you safe. And this is coming up next. Danger number 7, and this is the climax. The protocol nephrologists actually recommend so you can keep spinach in your diet safely without harming your kidneys. First, cook your spinach instead of eating it raw, because boiling or steaming for just 2 to 3 minutes removes up to 50% of the oxalates. Drain the cooking water and do not reuse it, because the oxalates leach into the water, and if you drink that water, you are putting them right back. Second, keep your portions to no more than half a cup of cooked spinach per day, which gives you the nutrients without overloading your kidneys with oxalates. Third, always pair spinach with a calcium source like yogurt, cheese, or a glass of milk, because calcium binds to oxalates in your gut and reduces absorption. If you are lactose intolerant or avoid dairy, you can use fortified plant milks with added calcium, or take a calcium supplement with your meal instead. Fourth, hydrate adequately throughout the day, aiming for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, because dilute urine prevents oxalate crystals from forming inside. Fifth, avoid spinach-heavy juice cleanses entirely. because concentrated juicing is the single highest risk factor for acute oxalate nephropathy, according to published medical case reports worldwide. If you want to drink green smoothies occasionally, use no more than 1 handful of raw spinach, and balance it with low oxalate greens like romaine or cucumber. 6th, if you take high-dose vitamin C supplements, consider reducing the dose or stopping them while you eat oxalate-rich foods to avoid doubling your oxalate load. 7th, request a basic renal panel from your doctor annually after age 55, which includes creatinine, estimated glomerular filtration rate, and a urinalysis to check function. This simple blood test takes 5 minutes and can catch early kidney decline before symptoms appear, giving you time to adjust your diet and protect your health. These recommendations come directly from the National Kidney Foundation and Harvard School of Public Health Oxalate Management Guidelines, so they are trusted and evidence-based worldwide. Remember this simple rule: cook it, limit it, pair it with calcium, hydrate well, and avoid juice cleanses, and you can enjoy spinach safely for life. Now pay very close attention, because everything you have heard until today about spinach and greens may be wrong, and the science has changed dramatically recently. One major scientific review showed that the belief that raw spinach is always healthier than cooked spinach does not hold up when you consider kidney health. Many people believe that green smoothies detox the kidneys and cleanse the body, but research shows this is the exact opposite of what actually happens inside. The correct approach is the one we just covered. Cook your spinach, limit your portions, pair it with calcium, and skip the juice cleanses entirely. Here is your step-by-step protocol starting today. First, cook your spinach by boiling or steaming for 2 to 3 minutes, and always drain the water completely. Second, keep portions to half a cup cooked per day. Pair it with yogurt or cheese and drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Third, avoid high-dose vitamin C supplements while eating oxalate-rich foods, and skip green juice cleanses entirely to protect your kidney function over time. Remember this simple rule: cook it, limit it, pair it with calcium, hydrate well, and you can enjoy spinach safely without putting your kidneys at risk. If you take medications for blood pressure, antibiotics, or have a history of kidney stones or gastric bypass, talk to your doctor before making any changes. It is especially important to request a basic renal panel annually after 55 to catch any early decline before symptoms appear and become harder to manage. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, please like, share with friends and family who might benefit, and tell me in the comments which step you will start. You will notice we have 2 videos on the screen now. I am sure you will enjoy continuing to watch more content just like this one right here. You will notice we have 2 videos on the screen now. I am sure you will enjoy continuing to watch more content just like this one right here.